announced projects include God of War Ragnarok, which, as much as people from EFAP hate to admit it, actually was very woke. Synthetic Man, who's a YouTuber, has a really good review on it that they tried to tear apart and say, "Oh, he's disgusting." But no, you put black people in Viking mythology. No, that's
did you do that?
political. That's political.
I was watching a Lotus Eaters video, and I was absolutely baffled to find that they recommended Synthetic Man's video of God of War.
Well, that's a whoops. He fucking didn't even know half the shit he
Carl!
said. Like, yeah, a lot of things Synthetic Man says are very agreeable on a surface level, especially about the state of modern gaming. I don't blame people for that. It's have a look at how he actually reviews stuff. Go to his streams, how he plays the games. If he's already given up on it, he gives up on it. Like, he doesn't pay attention to how anything works. And God of War Ragnarok, I'm a big stan of that game. It's a hell of a lot better than a lot of its reputation holds. We did a big old breakdown over at EFAP. We did a breakdown of his video and how fucking terrible it is. If you want, I don't know, more context on it. But yeah, I don't know. Lotus is like, I mean, it's that thing where you Sargon's great. Sometimes he has no fucking clue, self-admittedly, when it comes to media.
Saying shadow banning, do you suspect YouTube is using bigger channels to bonk smaller channels away? EFAP did yours just in case folks like you get too edgy. It's hard to say if people are doing it because YouTube told them so, because I don't think I have nearly enough influence for that to be worth their time. It is weird. Sometimes it's just a slow news day. You know, like, I'm sure if people are reacting to me on Twitter, like, obviously nothing else is going on. The guy with only 100,000 subs, I guess some people think that's big, but it's really not that big. I don't understand the logic behind why EFAP picks and chooses the content they do. You know their fans are going to proceed to flag the video regardless, which is slimy as fuck. Yeah, I am fairly confident that the EFAP drama is what led to my channel being shadow banned. Because the timing is too close to be coincidental. With the internet being comprised of mostly single males, you think its current witch hunt, soy-riddled state is a reflection of its users. The problem is a lot of the censorship is done to appease women because, I mean, it's not just women, obviously. I think a lot of normie men can't handle edgy internet shit either, but it certainly is more women than men. And when they see, like, the type of shit you would see on 4chan or, like, in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby, right? Obviously, they want to shut that shit down because they think it's horrific. And men, many men, will scramble to appease women for any reason. The ultimate brainwashing is that being a racist is the worst thing you can be. That is the ultimate brainwashing. It's brainwashed to this day still. The vast majority of even like right-wing YouTubers are desperately trying to come across as not racist instead of just not giving a fuck. Not giving a fuck would be the right decision. You don't have to go fucking 1488. You just have to not care. That's all you have to do is not care. But no, every time they're like, no, dude, I have black friends, or, you know, blah, 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 blah.
I feel like I need to cleanse my palate by listening to N-word screaming compilations or something.
Sit the fuck down.
Because you're a fucking little nigga and you're going for objective?
Sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. Sit
Look
the
at
fuck
you,
down.
bro. You're 9 kills, bro. That's literally negativities, bro. Get your fucking money up, you fucking black George Floyd welfare collection cotton picking torch monkey son of a bitch.
Why you gotta bring racist?
Oh my god, guys, I'm gonna get banned from the game. I hope Actman doesn't expose my YouTube channel for my racism. It's the same thing with, like, sexism, too. Like, there's a cringe thing Mauler did a long time ago, I guess, where... What the fuck was her name? Something Nichols, Jenny Nichols or something. Accused him of being a sexist, and he brought on a bunch of women on EFAP or something. That's fucking pathetic. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? That's the answer. Also, never apologize for anything, otherwise it's how people come to think you've done something wrong. Exactly, that's why I never apologized for the drama last year. I had nothing to apologize for. I admitted I shouldn't have made the video on Zer Needs Coffee, but I don't care. Like, it's out there, I'm not going to remove it, I'm not going to unlist it, not going to do anything. I don't give a shit. But it's like, yeah, I mean, looking back, there's no reason that I should have responded to his video, but it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not going to apologize. Why do obese guys hate you? First Mauler, now Vosh. Because they know I'm at least slightly fit, which is enough to trigger them. Trigger them into, you know, exaggerating my self-confidence around my lifting, which anybody who's been around here a while knows that it's just a meme, essentially.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Oh, baby, look at that. Look at how thick I am. Oh. Oh. Yeah, let's get a little chest hair, I guess, to emphasize my masculinity. But dude, video game music's cringy, dude. Dude, I'm a normie and I'm cringing. I don't understand this. It's not familiar to my ears. I know. I fucking hate cinematic tracks. God, I never end up listening to the 11-hour podcast, because why would I? But someone sent me a clip, apparently fucking... There's a clip where they try to mock me saying God of War Ragnarok soundtrack is horrible, and then listen to some generic cinematic Marvel slop and pretend it's good. It's like, you have the musical tastes of like a 12-year-old. How do you find like 5 or 6 people that all have like infantile musical taste? What a joke. What an absolute joke. Because our expectations are subverted. Don't you get it? A God of War who doesn't want to fight. It's the classic cinematic soundtrack where there's no memorable tracks and the game is nearly silent when things aren't happening. Because God forbid someone hear a 3-minute loop of a good, memorable track in a video game, in a modern fucking video game.
I like these parts of the video.
Yeah, they're a nice little reprieve.
Nice sounds for once.
Soothing.
This guy did the Rings of Power soundtrack.
Particularly fond of Alpine. The track is very cool.
It's very Mars.
I hope this doesn't end. No, stop it. Loop it back around. It's funny as well because you can actually find on my stream when I was listening to tracks in the background of Alfheim, I started to remember. I was like, wait, this is a remix of what they did in the previous game for Alfheim. Like, I guess what I'm pointing out is like I literally remembered the track to the point of noticing how they've altered it. Like, it is memorable, at least for me, so I don't know what to do.
What a joke. What an absolute joke. I think Mauler even claimed to be Jewish at some point, which I don't really believe it. He looks like just an ugly fat Anglo to me. Very fat. Very ugly. The fact that someone like him made fun of my appearance, like, holy shit. Does he know his face is out there on the internet? Because I feel like he has to know that. Though some of Mauler's fans on Reddit saying they want to be seen by the left is reasonable, and that people like you taint the right. They're not even right-wing, though. I don't know why they're pretending to be right-wing. They're centrists at best. I'm obviously nebulously right-wing, as I've said. I really don't think being a centrist really exists anymore, though. Like, that's just not really a real position. It's just a contrarian position or a coward position now. Why these people want validation so much from the left? They're pathetic. Well, that's why. It's a your own question, NP. They, I think on some level, well, one, they're sheep. You know, they worship the EFAP opinions like they're correct opinions. Probably a lot of them don't have any friends because a lot of normies sold out because of low testosterone. I still remember when people would jerk off indie game. Back a long time ago when I watched Rags, I know, very cringe, I know. When I watched Rags, I remember he did a video where he was saying how great indie games are, and I'm like, oh my, no. And this was back in like 2015 or something. And I'm like, even back then, I'm like, no. Indie games are still mostly trash. You just only think of the few good ones. Yes, he is a furry, and he's a feral dog fucker furry, no matter what he tells you. Samby, thanks for the 2 pounds. Apparently the next EFAP is on your Zelda review. Oh, great. The more drama. Excellent. Excellent. These motherfuckers can't help themselves. At least I'm getting more views. Having an opinion on the internet is illegal, I guess. And no, I ain't watching it. Didn't watch the last one, not gonna watch this one. Didn't they say they weren't going to cover me anymore? I think they did, but they have zero principles. They're basically just leftist silly billies at this point. Oh man, that is just sad that they're covering the Tears of the Kingdom video. That's one of the most positive modern game reviews I've made. People just can't be happy. Unless I'm like deep-throating corporate cock. That's what EFAP, they're pro-corporate. The fandom menace is pro-big corporations now, officially. Officially now big corporations. Oh, but Nintendo doesn't count. Yeah, whatever, fag. I can't wait to have a bunch of, like, totally natural comments pretending to be fans of me saying, dude, are you gonna address the Mauler controversy? Yeah, I totally last time that was organic as shit, definitely. I love how people can pretend on the internet. Like, people don't fucking get that I've been on the internet my entire fucking life, basically. I can tell the difference between organic comment and a fake one. I'm sorry. And I'm not even talking about bots. I'm talking about tranny Discord brigaders is what I'm talking about, essentially. Those type of people. Are you going to address them all? See, there you go. There will be 100 of those comments in a week. I guarantee it. Dude, are you ever gonna shut up? I wish, New Age Drifter. Now I have an excuse to talk about them even more! Even more! If you watched this full 6-hour hit piece, I would think you're a masochist and a cuck. And you would be right, Cray. You would be right. Which is exactly why I'm not gonna watch it. I think they're actually trying to get my channel banned. That's my theory now. I don't know why, considering they hang out with ER, who has actually has made neo-Nazi videos, but they're ironic neo-Nazi videos. But, you know, ER is fine, because it's all Laheckin jokes. Me actually talking about the horrors happening in the world, that's, how dare you? How dare you? How anti-Semitic? You don't even have to name them, and it's still anti-Semitic. You won't get banned. You say that. I got shadow banned the last time they covered one of my videos. What do you think the next step is? ZR contacted me or contacted? No, and he never will. He hangs out with the EFAP people. Why would he talk to me? Even if he secretly liked my content, which he probably doesn't, but, I mean, if he did, he wouldn't talk to me. Yeah, how dare I care about things that affect millions of people? The well-being of society. How dare I care about the well-being of society? How does that affect me? Mike, thanks for $5. You know what the problem is? They taught creative people how to be creative. It's all an algorithm. Nothing comes from the heart anymore. Well, Mauler has the planet-sized ego, and you've called him out several times. Yeah, but I don't even know if he streamed Tears of the Kingdom. I don't think I mentioned him while playing it, or if I did, it was just some person bring up the EFAB drama for the millionth time. So this time he doesn't even have a personal vendetta other than the fact that I just keep talking shit and will continue to talk shit for the rest of my time on this platform about whoever I want because it's my channel and there's nothing you can do to stop me until I'm banned. Period. Just like I said in the last video. You can't stop me. And that's what makes them seed the most. That they know they can't stop me. Often, thanks $5. ER toned his videos down way more after the Steven Universe video he submitted pretending to be based. Yeah, he still makes race jokes, though. I mean, I agree with you. But in the Little Mermaid video, he made racist jokes multiple times. Now, of course, to a normal person, normal, people wouldn't consider that racist. But in the modern day, there absolutely would be considered a racist joke. They obviously are hired hit pieces for some network trying to get consent for shady moves on other channels. Classic, they need to fuck up. Like I said, I don't want to say that it's like the Phantom Menace as a whole or anything, but I would not be shocked if like good old Gary or one of the others essentially, I don't know. Mauler, though, it's his ego, I think. Just the fact I talk shit about him, that hurts his fee-fees, even though he's like 30 years old or some shit. You know, he's an obese, loser, Anglo, fatty, ugly person. So he's like, I can't believe someone's making fun of me. Rusty Cheese Knife, thanks $2. EFAB hates freedom of speech on the internet. They do. Was it Rags who said that I'm the reason we shouldn't have freedom of speech? That is the most leftist thing. How can they pretend to not be leftist? That is absolutely a left-wing talking point that we've heard a bunch of times already. The Chosen Kingdom video blew up, and though Mauler will deny it, but he stalks you online. Yes, he does stalk me online. But it only blew up because of Twitter and Vosh, though. Like, and it didn't really blow up. It's only at 122,000 views. I used to get those kind of views regularly before I was shadow banned. If you look at my TV reviews, I was getting like 300,000 views on the first episode. Don't give them material, man. Just wait out the storm. No, dude. If this Mauler is such a colossal loser that he's willing to watch 20 hours of streams because I talk shit about him. Do you not think he has plenty of material to get me banned by now? Do you really not think, out of all the things we've talked about on these streams, he has so much material to work with? Let's be real. If I get banned, you'll become the next synthetic man, you guys. Yeah, I hope there's some copycat channels. Yeah, I can absolutely bench press more than Mauler. There's no way Mauler even lifts. I know, but I would rather this channel die with a bang and not a whimper, so you're right, lol. I would say the last video was a pretty good bang. If you don't think that the last video is going to be in the hit piece, because remember, they included my comment response of God of War Ragnarok in the last hit piece, so they're definitely going to include my mega schizo rant where I call out all these silly billies. I had to stop myself there. I already pre-said the F slur again in my head. That last video, which all you guys loved, I saw, you know, very based. That will definitely be in the hit piece, 100%. It's a great video. Definitely one of my best videos is that comment response. Because I pretty much just gave out all my thoughts. All I said that this community of autistics and retards and himself don't have the improved gamer physique that you have. I bet they're the average Marvel fan, graphic tee plus glasses. Yeah, just look up Mauler's face. It's worse than you think. Am I gonna beat the Mauler boss? Yeah, here we go. It's already started. We're never gonna stop talking about Mauler now. It's just never gonna happen. They're gonna continue. I love how it's ironic. I think if I recall correctly, before they watched my God of War Ragnarok review, they actually stopped doing video responses for a while, which is ironic given that's what EFAB got famous for. And now I guess I'm the guy that they have to react to. Have they even react to anyone else in between back then and now? I'm an acceptable target. They will continue to pretend that they're not leftists while doing all the things leftists do. And Mauler will continue to collect a check from Friday Night Tights and the real BBC or whatever. I mean, I read it in the chat, you know, that you guys are like, well, does he even have a life outside of his channel? And the more I think about it, he probably doesn't, if you think about it. Because how the hell does he have time to do like 3 or 4 podcasts? Though, I guess maybe because he doesn't actually make videos anymore, right? He hasn't made a video in like 10 months or some shit. His last one was the Doctor Strange 2. We've covered other channels who hardly have any following. Not sure what the logic behind that is. They're cowards. That's it. They refuse to attack anyone bigger than themselves now. All EFAB and Phantom Menace basically still shill for the products they pretend to hate. No matter how far franchises have fallen, they still consume Disney product as if anything will change. If they want to pull the reviewer excuse, that's fine, but I don't really think they're really reviewers. They're more like just, I almost want to say cultural commentators, I guess. They comment on products. It's like vaguely political because unfortunately consumer products are political. Opinions on Vosh's hit piece on you. I never watched it and I probably will never watch it. There's no point in watching hit pieces. People just want attention. That's what I learned my lesson with the Zero Needs Coffee thing. I told it. Even though it was kind of funny, it ultimately was just not really worth it. That's the one thing people can't take away from my channel is the honesty. It's always the thing I get praised for. Because there's just no point in lying, man. It's not like anyone ever offered me a shit ton of money. And I'm sure as hell not gonna lie to be popular. That's always the stupid shit. God, you still get retards pretending that you can make more money talking about negativity than positivity. You actually have to be stupid. Like, actually stupid to think that. Why would you make more money shitting on a product than praising it? People actually pay you to praise products and pay you significantly more money than you make through ad revenue, no less. But no, you'll still see, I've still seen that shit, and I'm like, man, how do you get up in the morning? How do you remember to breathe? If it wasn't an automated process, you would fucking die about negativity making more views. It's like, that's patently not true. It's observably not true on YouTube. If you could search any game name, and the first 5 results are going to be something positive about it, unless it is a universally criticized game. You know, a universally accepted to be shit game, like Gollum. Like, obviously, no one's going to praise Gollum. But Tears of the Kingdom, the first, 10 results, and no, that doesn't mean search it, because you guys watch me, so obviously I'm going to come up, because YouTube is going to show you things you watch. But if you go in incognito mode and search Tears of the Kingdom, guarantee the first 10 results are positive. Guarantee it. EFAB's vid on you is the most viewed thing they made since then. Honestly, I think that's partially because they lost fans after the video on me. Because it was, like, I don't know, it was too ridiculous. Looked up Synthetic Man, the first recommended search is Synthetic Man is bad. Because people are so offended by me giving my opinion on video games that a shit ton of people search that exact... Whoa, I don't even know if there's a popular video called Synthetic Man is bad. It's just that many people search that. I don't even purposely try to trigger people most of the time. I just am very highly critical. Now, when I talk about politics, like that last video, that was 100% inflammatory, just like the second Doom Eternal video. Mauler already going through the archive right now. I'm sure he has been for the last few weeks. I'm sure he's been enjoying, pretending to hate my edgy humor and loving ER's videos. I'll never get over that. It's dumb. I don't know how you could reconcile those two things in your head. Probably because he's not as smart as he thinks he is. Godsend, thanks for 5 pounds. I'm a mod from Mauler. We're inviting you to come on EFAB to discuss your Zelda review. The only way to escape your echo chamber is rational discussion. Oh, that's a good meme. That's a good meme. Rational discussion. I'm already shadow banned. That's not how escaping an echo chamber works. And that, God, people always say someone else is in echo chamber, never acknowledge their own echo chamber. That's hilarious. Look, I will acknowledge, since I've been shadow banned, that it basically has turned into an echo chamber just because new people can't see my stuff. So my like-dislike ratios have gone up significantly. I hope you realize if I go on the stream, I'm just going to shout slurs immediately. So I'm just going to tell you that that's probably a bad idea. I'll give you a warning. You can take that back to your masters. That's funny. Persian messenger scene from 300 vibes, LMAO. Yeah, I know. Don't kill the messenger. Well, where's my giant hole? The synthetic giant hole. Because there aren't really real messengers anymore. They're golems. I'm a Synthetic Man fan that actually wants to see him go on EFAP and honestly just focus on trolling them like Sam Hyde did to Hive-Ups. Well, I'm not as good with that. I'm not as good with like keeping up dishonesty. It just doesn't come my nature. Even for the lols, I'm not saying that I'm hating on Sam Hyde's methods or anything. That's just not my specialty. It's ironic because Mauler platformed all kinds of people at the start of EFAP, but now they're afraid. Yeah, apparently they're now attacking channels with like less than 1,000 subs or something. Wasn't that like their last reaction video? That's kind of sad. I mean, it's one thing to attack my channel, which, you know, back then I was what, like 90,000 or something, which is still pretty small considering the type of targets they used to go after. But holy shit, less than 1,000? And it's a rational discussion. Oh my, they're so fucking brainwashed. It sounds like parody. I looked up Mauler's face and he looks like the Northman Wojak. Yep, he definitely does. That's why I find the claim that he's Jewish very dubious. Very dubious. Again, I want to see that 23andMe. Comicsgate has been doing the same, attacking channels south or around 1,000 subs, deplatforming them. When big channels the size of Ethan Van Sciver need to attack small YouTubers, they function on listen and believe. Yeah, and rational discussion. That meme will never get old. The enlightened centrist is definitely the biggest cuck on the internet. It makes no sense in the modern times to be a centrist. It basically just means I want to accomplish nothing and be useless. Godsend, thanks for £5. Just say racial slurs. Why can't you just explain your points about the world design gameplay? You could have a redemption arc and be normal. My channel's already shadow banned, unless you're implying that EFAP has the power to reverse that, which I doubt. And I made an hour-long video explaining the points. If that doesn't explain it well enough, you're either taking my points in bad faith, which is exactly what they did with the God of War Ragnarok review, which is why Mauler had to edit together a hit piece. Ask yourself this, if you really are a mod of EFAP's Discord, why didn't Mauler just react to my video and then the comment response, instead of editing together a hit piece with my points out of order, mocking my gameplay, using a really stupid God of War 2 clip which doesn't counter my point in any way. He purposely used the weakest attack, L1 square, in the entire game, when if you just did a basic square-square triangle combo, you can kill any of those Spartans at the beginning of God of War 2. The thing is, it was counting on you guys who probably don't even play video games, certainly didn't play God of War 2, to not know that, which is dishonest in and of itself. How is that rational argument? I'm just saying, like, I'm not actually trying to insult you. I'm just saying you need to actually take your fanboyism, your parasocial relationship aside, and just realize what Mauler did with that other video. If he reacted to my video in bad faith and just mocked me for 11 hours straight, why would I go on EFAP? I mean, you have to actually ask yourself that question. I'm serious. And this is the only time I'm going to take this possibility in good faith. I'm not going to address it again. I'm just saying, if you have any empathy, try and look at it from my perspective. What would I stand to gain from going on EFAP? Almost nothing. You could say I bend the knee and metaphorically suck their cocks. Okay, maybe I would get some of EFAP's fan base to come to my fans, but you guys don't think like me anyway. This is like the Schizo Club. This is for people who believe in conspiracy theories, whether they're real or not. That's the type of stuff we talk about. I can acknowledge that some of these things would be incorrect. Not everything I say is 100% true, but I mean, there's no harm in questioning things. Absolutely no harm. It is absolutely a leftist talking point to say that I'm doing any real-world harm just by asking questions or by insulting people. Insulting people is perfectly fine. Remember, Mauler is the one who said, and I quote, that Joseph Anderson is a massive faggot. Now, by your logic, he's not allowed to say that unless Mauler is homosexual, which as far as I know, he's never confirmed. By your own logic, he's not allowed to call Joseph Anderson that unless he is he is a faggot. Just ask yourself these questions. Feel free to talk to the other people in the EFAP Discord, assuming you actually listen to anything I just said. And then, you know, if you can give me a reason based on all the points I just said there, maybe I'll consider it, but I don't think I'm going to go on. There's just no point. Gmaul, thanks $10. Just be normal, synth, review games with the literal furry, and just be normal. Yes, don't look into any of, like, Rags grooming on the Discord or anything. You know, put that aside as well. I gave a perfectly good argument Hopefully, Mauler uses that in some form. I doubt it, but at least his lurkers in here can use my argument of what I just said. And I think that's a perfectly good reason to not go on EFAP. I mean, it's like, you don't stab someone... I wouldn't even call it stab in the back, because it's not like I'm friends with any of these people. But I mean, you don't, like, stab a guy and then say, oh, well, I'm sorry, you know, let's pretend that never happened. Now be my friend. I don't know. I don't know if I should. You kind of did stab me. You need to give me a good reason, I'd say. Godson, thanks for 2 pounds. I do find you entertaining. I don't want you banned. Well... okay, but I mean, are you actually part of Mauler's Discord, or was that all a meme then? Because I find it hard to believe. Like, if you find me entertaining for the schizo stuff, even ironically, like I was saying in my last response video, I don't know if you watched this. If that pinned comment on the Zelda review was being genuine about being entertained by the schizo rants, even if they don't believe in the JQ or any of that stuff, that is perfectly fine by me. I don't want to cancel EFAP, but it's also perfectly fine to mock these people. I don't know if any of them have actually done anything wrong, you know? I mean, Kiwi Farms gets a little out of control sometimes. This is not necessarily like an apology. Some of you might think, oh, well, I'm apologizing for what I said. No, I can say whatever I want in my stream. I'm not encouraging anyone to do any actions. That was a mistake I made with Zero Needs Coffee, and I tried to, you know, apologize for it afterward. I didn't do a good enough job. Like, people are allowed to do whatever the fuck they want. I still agree to a point with free speech. It's just not worth it for me on any level. It's fine if they want to do what they want to do. I'm not trying to cancel EFAP or some stupid shit like that. They can do what they want, but I don't have to respect them on any level, and I don't. That's it. That's all it is. There's nothing wrong with that. People take the fucking internet too seriously. Whew. Okay, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I've talked about it for like 6 goddamn fucking months. Insulting is like fair use and fair game. Like parody, we're allowed to do it without any physical or immediate consequences, at least not in the flesh. Yes, I mean, it's the internet, man. I grew up with the internet where you could say whatever the fuck you want, and then when everything started changing, close to 10 years ago now, I didn't want to change with it. I'm not going to be fucking brainwashed. I believe what I want to believe. I'm not going to change with the times. Fuck that. I'd rather die. I'd rather die. Seriously, I would rather die. Fuck that. No, I ain't changing. You can take it. You can clip that. I don't give a shit. That soy face you did, ironically, is your biggest regret. Lamau, it's in every thumbnail of your haters. Yeah, I know, but I did it ironically, though. That just makes them look bad. That they would take an ironic soy face and post it in the thumbnail. Like, that doesn't bother me because it just makes you look like a liar, which a lot of these people are liars. It just comes in their nature. Godson, thanks for the 2 pounds. Calling Rags a pedo with evidence is stupid, though. I don't know if he is or isn't. It's just an insult. Yeah, people just got to get over it. You have to, this is why I said you guys are basically leftists. You might not actually believe in left-leaning politics, but you're using the same sensitive tactics. I should be allowed to call anybody I want, you know, a pedo or, you know, F-slur, even the N-word I should be allowed to say. Not that I'm going to risk saying it. I should be able to call anybody whatever the fuck I want. That's the truth. But this, you just can't do that. Let's bring back the fucking Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, so to speak. Are people starting to act like pussies? Low testosterone. The problem is it's too simple an explanation for any of the enlightened centrists. But I guarantee if every member of EFAP took TRT, suddenly it would improve. Suddenly it would improve. And no, I'm not on TRT. I'm just saying. Reminder that Kratos asked Mimir if Atreus knows how to have sex. So what you said wasn't any worse than what's in the actual game. Yeah, again, insane leftist weirdos, or you know, whatever EFAP wants to call themselves, centrists. Enlightened centrists thought it was weird for teenagers to have romantic feelings. Again, this is what I'm saying. Like, why would I go on EFAP when these people are obviously... It would be just walking into a trap, and I would have to say slurs. I would have to. Like, that's the only correct decision. Just like, who was it? Gavin McInnes showed his penis on Friday Night Tights or something, that's based. Like, that's what you should do, basically. That's like, or worse, even, if you can get away with it. Godson, thanks to 2 pounds. Rags hates you more than Mauler wants you banned. Yeah, exactly, and how could you support that, really? How could you be a fan of EFAP knowing that a supposed centrist doesn't believe in free speech, doesn't believe... Rags is more mean than anyone else on that podcast. In fact, Rags probably hates me because he sees himself in me. I would not be shocked about that in the least, other than the fact that he fucks dogs and probably should be in prison. See, I can say whatever I want. What are you gonna do about it? You might as well get me banned. Eat shit. Rumble allows for Kata to host his own cuck and porn video using his wife as sexual bait for his locals. Will pretend to be against hosting any of this material. Rumble's very shady. I don't trust him either, trust me. Leftists aren't liberal, they're fascists posing as neo-socialists, which, to be honest, that philosophy naturally leads to the same thing. Exactly, but there's no point in saying leftists were the real racists. Leftists are the... Like, that was another good Stone Toss comic where he shows the... You know, Republican elephant is like, leftists are real racists, and then in the future, it's neo-Leninists are the real transphobes, and the Republican elephant looks like a trans cyberpunk character. That's another good comic. Rags the dog fucker loves acting holier than thou. Yeah, while also saying the most heinous shit out of all of them. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like me lacking the self-awareness is kind of like what Rags is. And again, also, he's a degenerate furry. But yeah, you get the point. Like, he's a similar personality type to what I have. I know, because I used to listen to EFAP. This is what these people don't understand. I used to fucking watch their podcast. If I had no life like Mauler, I would just put together my own hit piece from shit they've said on their own goddamn podcast. I feel like fans of EFAP don't even watch or didn't watch more than a year because they were way spicier before. The fact they still associate with ER, who is allegedly a racist and a neo-Nazi, allegedly, should tell you everything about these fucking hypocrites. Yeah, I'm guessing you guys didn't see the ER Steven Universe edits before they were taken down. They were interesting. They were funny. Very funny. Love the humor. YouTube made him take down, or YouTube took down his Steven Universe neo-Nazi edits. I'm wondering how many people haven't seen those at this point. I'm sure you can find them on a different platform. Maybe even YouTube somewhere. I thought you were friends with ER. I've never talked to him before. People just compare me to him. Well, the thing is, ER never gets serious. I don't think he doesn't like stream or anything. So really, the only thing you can see is the videos. Which is why Mauler pretends he's being ironic. Again, I guess that's what separates him from the leftists, is like if one of your buddies supposedly does a joke, quote unquote, then it's fine. Who is ER? Just look up E::R. Very funny reviews. Start with the beginning, trust me. All his videos are solid, though I'd say his more recent ones are less edgy. But watch the Korra reviews, just watch the stuff, it's pretty funny. Yeah, the last video was funny. That's what I'm saying, he's still making racial jokes. It just proves to you that the fandom menace doesn't actually believe in anything. They defend their friends and attack their enemies. The belief system means nothing because they're centrists, enlightened centrists, which means they have no moral principles. And they're not going to do anything useful. They're the useful idiots of the right wing, actually, basically. The communists are the useful idiots of the left, and the culture warriors are the useful idiots of the right. Reviewing games just kind of gets boring eventually, especially when you have people who fucking review movies for a living thinking that makes them a game reviewer when the priorities of each are completely different. Like, man, to talk about somebody different, fucking Critical Drinkers reviews of God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West were awful. Absolutely, like, just fucking terrible. Barely even talked about the gameplay. Because he's a movie guy. Why would you listen to a movie guy talk about games? It just doesn't make sense. Rusty Cheese Knife, thanks for $5. If EFAP calls you out to be on their stream, I demand a 1v1 with Mauler, you as host and in control. If he says no, he looks like a coward wink. I have no interest in debating these people. None at all. It's sad because, like, you'd think there would be at least something to talk about with somebody who's supposedly not a leftist. But no, I feel they've gone off the deep end, which is evident of the God of War Ragnarok thing they did on me. I mean, shit, talking for 11 hours about someone's video game review, editing together a 4-hour hit piece after watching over 20 hours of streams. Like, holy shit. Like, I can't think of a bigger waste of time than that. I really can't. And the smartest thing I did was not watch the video, because it just shows I don't respect him, which I don't. Maul really convinced YouTube to ban you over an edgy stream. Well, if his audience, who are definitely not leftist guys, mass flag my videos for, like, racism or harassment or whatever, yeah, that could get me banned. I'm not saying Mauler himself has any contacts in YouTube. You know, it's just a consequence. Mass flagging does work.